Starting off the trip in Brighton by the pier was absolutely stunning. Walking back to the bus stop, we passed the Royal Pavilion, and seeing it lit up so beautifully, I knew that this was going to be a life-changing experience-filled trip with some great people. I have always had a fear of heights and being above water, but walking out onto this pier, I felt as though I was still on land. The number of things going on all over the pier took my mind away from being above water. The exciting atmosphere that surrounded the pier sucked me in, and I wanted to go back each day to Coming to England with a dairy allergy, I was really nervous that I would hardly eat. During the trip, I have done quite the opposite. There are so many restaurants that offer vegan cheese for pizzas, vegan dishes, and different alternatives to accommodate any food allergy. The history behind so many of the buildings in Britain is filled with rich stories and memories of all of the ones who have come before us. Learning about the old police cells and other buildings' history was very interesting and very intriguing. Having ice cream back home, I can only ever have dairy-free vanilla, since that has been the only flavor to be offered. Over here, there are ice cream shops all over Brighton that have unique flavors of vegan ice cream, like the one you're seeing, apple pie. To say that London is busy would be a great understatement. There are people that come from miles and miles away to watch the changing of the guards. I was happy with just getting the opportunity to see the palace and walk the grounds of it. When there are less people around, it is extremely peaceful to sit and admire the landscape work. All across England, there is a huge acceptance of societal members that identify as a member of the LGBTQ plus community. There is a store after store and banner after banner that is all about promoting acceptance and love. This was beautiful in my eyes to see so many people being so welcoming. During our day trip to London, a few of us ended up at a restaurant for dinner that happened to be across from an ice bar. Since these are not something you find in a farm town like normal Illinois, we took the opportunity and went in for an experience of a lifetime. While it was freezing in the shorts we were all wearing, the experience was well worth it. The number of castles that can be seen from miles away on a hillside or in a valley is quite high. They are each filled with a large history and pure beauty. The architectural work was breathtaking and well worth the hike to the top in the extreme heat. All over, you can find wildflowers growing in full bloom all on their own. This was something that I thoroughly enjoyed looking for as we would walk around different towns and view different castles. There is a hope that can be felt when you come across wildflowers like these roses. A hope for a greater day and a brighter tomorrow. Music is a huge part of my life, and as a result of that, I was a part of marching band in high school. Having the opportunity to see the Royal Band marching so close was amazing. This was an experience that I will cherish for the rest of my life, that I was an arm's length away from the Royal Band of England. Being able to see the sights offered at the top of the towers in Warwick Castle was insane, and the views were mind-blowing. However, there were not such great views in the dungeon, where most of us ended up crying by the end of the Scarehouse dungeon tour. These views helped us get over the dungeon experience pretty quick, though. Having our first experience in the schools, be it Annan Forest School, was really eye-opening. The children created the bowls/cups that held the popcorn they made of a fire that they built almost all on their own. The responsibility and opportunity given to these children was huge, and they did a wonderful job with all of it. There were quite a few days that a large majority of us would wear the same outfits or all wear jean jackets, and it was fun to see how similar we all were. When it came to trips like this to see the stones, there was always a rotation of photographers and models as we each made sure everyone got the pictures that they wanted before moving on with the visit. The inside of the Theatre Royal was gorgeous and nothing like I had ever seen before. There are not many theaters left that have the authentic inner works of an older theater. Seeing hair at this theater was really cool and quite the experience. As warned at the beginning of the trip that Primark would have all of the things that I never needed became true. During our time here, we all went to 4 different Primark stores and each bought at least one thing from each of them. A great time was had by all in the process of spending most of our money. A few of us took a day trip to London on our free weekend to see the royal tombs. There was an odd sense of peace that you could feel inside the walls and a sense of freedom outside the walls looking over the courtyard. The history that I learned was very interesting and the views were absolutely beautiful. Having a huge fear of bridges, this was a major moment for me. I got the closest to a large bridge like this that I have ever in my life. The 2 towers were stunning and the detailed work on the steel structure of the bridge was perfect. I'm so glad that I faced my fear to be able to see this and have the opportunity. On Saturday night of our last weekend trip, I was surprised with a hen party. This is what a bachelorette party is called in England. I was overcome with love and happiness as these girls that I had known for only 3 weeks went out of their way to not only throw me a party and take me to bars where I caught this view, but to surprise me with it all as well. Looking back on this trip, I cannot be more grateful for the friends that I have made with each and every one of these amazing women. The friendships that have been made here, I can say with confidence, will last for many years to come. As the trip comes to an end, we are all talking about what to do when we get back to school to be able to see each other and spend time together again.